hopefully you're all there. Happy President's Day today. I had people ask me whether or not I was going to be on today, and I said, well, of course I'm going to be on today. Even though it's Facebook, or I'm sorry, it's Facebook. It's President's Day. Crime does not take a day off, so neither does the CAT team, and we are out and about today. Not everybody's working. Some of our guys are helping with the SWAT team, who are doing evaluations today of potential candidates who want to be on the SWAT team. They're doing some physical fitness testing, and I poked my head in just long enough to know that I would not be on the SWAT team if I had to be tested today. So, but fortunately, we have some great men and women who work for us as part of our SWAT team, and I think they said there were 17 candidates. So I'm pretty excited about that, about the interest in that. We trust those men and women to de-escalate some of the most volatile situations that we face, and they do it professionally and efficiently, and we couldn't be more proud of them, both our tactical operators and our negotiations team that works to hopefully de-escalate the situation before the tactical folks have to take action. So for those of you who are new to this, I'm Undersheriff Mike Martin, and I am an Undersheriff with the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. We are headquartered in the capital city of Minnesota, St. Paul, just across the river from Minneapolis. Our sheriff is Bob Fletcher, and he started Live on Patrol as a way to educate folks on what we do and hopefully give them a view of our work that's different than you might see on other programs. Just show us doing our normal work that we do on the street, driving around, talking, responding to calls, and
263, show me around as well.
So you're riding with me in my Tahoe, and
285 is going to be a dark colored Chevy pickup in the handicap parking spot.
And on Wednesday, some of our younger CAT team members
029-208.
take you on what we call the young and the selfless. They show you the same perspective, but from the younger deputies, and some of our
courtesy ride, one about me.
I would call them semi-middle-aged, but supervisors that are a little bit older. And then on Friday nights at 9/11, Sheriff Fletcher and Deputy Pat Scott take you on a ride-along and talk about what's been going on for the week, but also they will talk about the history of Ramsey County and some of the important benchmarks. And then at midnight on Friday nights, Nicole Sparks steps in, and we have Nick at Night. I think they call it Nick at Midnight, but and she'll show you her perspective of police work in Ramsey County, and she always seems to be in the middle of the mix. So it is President's Day. We're on Rice Street, by the way, in the city of St. Paul, going north from University by the state capitol. On this President's Day, I think about the fact that I've been fortunate enough to meet 3 different presidents of the United States on
Got a call impending from the break.
different events.
A line requesting PD on an uncooperative 98-year-old female.
I was able to meet George Bush,
90 copies. Send me the medical.
43, who a couple of times, once when he was in town for a fundraising event in Minneapolis, and I was working for the Minneapolis police at the time and helped lead the dignitary protection detail. Another time at the 35W bridge collapse when he came and thanked the first responders who were out there working. And I was able to meet Bill Clinton at a fundraising event with Al Gore one year. And then I was able to meet Jimmy Carter at a Habitat for Humanity build on the north side of Minneapolis when I was the precinct commander there. Our prayers go out to Jimmy Carter, who's not doing well right now physically, and hopefully he's resting in comfort, and he couldn't have been more gracious to us and to the people on the north side who worked hard to partner with Habitat for Humanity in the Eco Village area. So
1426.
we're still on Rice Street. We're right by Mama's Pizza at Front and Rice.
449 now.
One of the best pizza places in the country. It hasn't been super busy this morning crime-wise. But this is the time of day when things tend to pick up a little bit. Somebody from the United Kingdom sent us a message on Facebook that said in the United Kingdom we drive on the left side of the road, but it looks like you guys drive on what's left of the road. And that's the truth with this street right now. It's full of potholes, and from getting water in and then freezing and cracking the concrete. So I apologize if we're rattling a little bit here. There's usually a rush in the spring to plug these potholes until they can permanently fix the streets, which depends on the street. A busy street like Rice Street, it takes longer.
4.
So it's kind of a little bit warmer day today. I think it's in the low 30s, but it's supposed to start snowing this evening and continue snowing through the next 24 hours. And we're supposed to get upwards to 12 inches of snow.
Alright, you would echo Golf Kilo 144. Copy the plate.
I have my radio turned up so you can hopefully hear the calls. I'll try to hesitate when anything good's happening. good might be the wrong word. Anything exciting or happens, I will
I'm
try
at the
to
facility here. Do we have any other information on who might have called?
be quiet.
This information came from the line directly.
Copy, and I see they canceled. Are they not announced?
About 20 minutes ago, we had some type of altercation that resulted in a male firing off several rounds with a shotgun to scare off the people he was in the altercation with, I'm assuming, because he didn't hit anybody, and one witness said he was shooting in the air.
Looks like my comp's not on scene.
St. Paul officers were able to take him into custody, and I don't know what the status of that is now, but fortunately no one was hit.
Copy, you can clear this SNR then. I copy the medical.
Because it is President's Day, the public schools are not in session. So that means fewer kids out and about right now, coming and going from school. Usually this time of day you'd see a lot of kids on foot and on buses. So we're up by Larpenter. This would be the northern border of the city of St. Paul. And after that, we actually have Roseville, the city of Roseville on the left, and the city of Maplewood on the right. So depending on where incidents occur, you never know who's going to show up.
Phone call request for some motor vehicle theft.
And obviously they back each other up when needed, when there's a serious call.
1897 drive. W27.
Earlier today, a couple hours ago, I heard our water patrol dispatched to the Mississippi River because someone thought they saw a body floating in the river. They responded with our airboat, which is similar to the ones you might see in Florida in the Everglades that can travel into shallower places, but it also allows them to traverse across ice.
I'll take that Eagle test for 147. Clear.
147, clear. You're clear.
So we're up now. We're going to be going into the city of Little Canada when we cross Highway 36 here. Little Canada is one of our contract cities. We contract with them to provide primary police service in Little Canada, which means we're basically their police department. We have an undersheriff who oversees our patrol division, Jeff Ramaker, and he is ostensibly the chief in the contract cities and works with the elected officials in those cities to provide public safety, determine how to deploy resources, etc.
Copy 259. Show your to the post office at 1710 7th Street West for the suspicious of the mail trying to get to the back of the blue mailboxes of the business at 1434.
We did have a busy weekend with a lot of stolen cars, some carjackings actually in the city of Minneapolis, where we suspected those cars might come over to our county, and in at least one case we were correct. We had several pursuits of stolen vehicles.
332.
And
332.
Can you put this motor vehicle suspect?
as usually happens, some of those we end up apprehending the suspects. And either they give up or they crash, or we perform a pursuit intervention technique and take them into custody. Other times they do rarely get away if we don't have enough resources in the area, or state patrol helicopter's not up.
4470.
And sometimes we call off a chase because we believe it's too dangerous and to continue to pursue, that the risk to the public outweighs the benefit of getting someone into custody. Now, I just got a message from dispatch that was sent out to all the squads that are signed on, and if you hear me scream, it's because they said total accumulations of snow on this Warner storm watch that we have are 18 to 22 inches of snow, with winds gusting as high as 45 miles per hour. That's not good. We want to try to do our thing and be out here. It's hard to get around when there's that much snow. And if you want a blizzard, go to Dairy Queen, because it's that time of year where we're done. We don't want any more blizzards or snowfall. My driveway just finally melted in my roof.
Female goes by Gaia. The caller has so I'll be at 11:45 Westminster.
So we're still northbound on Rice Street. Approaching Interstate 694. And I'm probably going to get on the interstate and head back to the city, because there's not much going on up here right now.
25 squash 23 no problem.
Proceed 285, 1437.
Here, there's on Rice Street over 694.
Checking for Bravo 614 or Bravo 7 greeting.
If I'm not mistaken, there are 4 roundabouts in a row here, which I would complain about that being confusing. However, one day I saw a van that was driving around the roundabouts and couldn't figure out which way to go, and I ended up pulling over that van because he was driving carelessly, but obviously it appeared something was wrong, and it turned out
November 4154.
Turned out the guy driving the van was wanted out of the state of Wisconsin for multiple counts of criminal sexual conduct with minors, and he had been wanted for a couple of years and had been living in Minnesota, and it was the first time he was contacted by the police. He lied about his name, but after doing a little investigation on him, I was able to determine who he was, and we were able to take him into custody, and he was extradited back over to the state of Wisconsin to face the judge. So now we're on 35E, headed back towards the city of St. Paul.
That's about 285. The plate comes back, nothing on record.
Copy, thank you.
This morning, this section of road was pretty icy. We had a couple accidents. One pretty serious one on northbound 35E at 36, where someone was injured and trapped inside a car. But our fire agencies do a tremendous job of extracting people from those vehicles and getting them the medical care that they need. Get a little of that slushy spray, dirty spray off the windshield for you. So, for those of you who don't know me or know anything about me, I retired from the Minneapolis Police Department, and after 25 years, had a great career over there. I ended up as the Northside Precinct Inspector, the 4th Precinct Inspector, overseeing the precinct. I retired from there and then worked at the University of Minnesota for a few years.
7200, go ahead.
But continued to do a lot of police training and consulting, and was asked by Sheriff Fletcher to come work for him over in Ramsey County, and couldn't ask for a better boss to work for. He lets us do the stuff that we enjoy doing, and
blue-green Hyundai, no less of a hatch wide open, and 1422.
he expects us to be out keeping the community safe and arresting offenders, and he supports us in that work, and so I really enjoy working for him. Someone asked me again this morning, which I get a lot, when are you going to retire? And I told him when I'm not having fun anymore and I don't feel like I'm making a difference. And right now I'm still having fun and we're making a difference.
I believe the vehicle returned back on scene. Your conscious, this one is saying the vehicle has been in for 3 hours. They're requesting for a welfare check on the possible favor. Received, 1422.
And so we're able to get out here and do proactive work that hopefully makes the residents safer and sends a message to the bad guys that they're not going to get away with committing crime and victimizing people. Last year, we were able to reduce carjackings by roughly 40%, which is tremendous effort.
Foxtrot X-Ray Alpha 344, Kyresi Charlie Sandro. Kyresi and Sandro,
And we were able to reduce overall property crime and crimes against persons. So that's flies in the face of regional crime stats and most major cities in the country that are still dealing with the aftermath of the COVID situation, as well as unrest after the death of George Floyd and defunding efforts. So we're very proud of the men and women that work for us that
4444, I want to be code 4.
do the work that makes us safer.
But managed to disable the cop's vehicle.
Happy subject, no one received had disabled constable.
So we're on the east side, or the east district of St. Paul, which is on the east side. We're on Maryland at Arkwright, heading eastbound. Some of you may have seen a social media post about a potential kidnapping by the University of Minnesota yesterday. That turned out to not be an actual kidnapping. The vehicle was stolen, but fortunately no one was kidnapped, and the vehicle is still wanted, but there was some concern that a woman may have been kidnapped, but we were able to confirm this morning that that was not the case.
457. 8297 clear. Report.
97 copy, 40%.
People ask me sometimes, how do you remember where you're going, or how do you remember the neighborhood, especially, you know, ones that you aren't in a lot. Interestingly, I remember specific incidents and where they occurred. I go, as I drive along, I remember where shootings occurred, or homicides, or a bad car accident, or those type of things. They etch in your mind where you are and act like landmarks. So that's one way. The other way is GPS, Google Maps. I always have a map up on my screen so that I can see and make sure, because there are times when, you know, you forget the order of streets. It's easy to know kind of the area, but sometimes you forget what order the streets go in, and that way it makes it easier. Especially if you're pursuing a vehicle, it's easier to call out the street that it's approaching so that other squads can get out in front of you, hopefully with stop sticks, or to get in position to assist, rather than calling out behind you.
Taxi 2 code 4.
1449.
So we're still eastbound on Maryland, on the east side of St. Paul. We're crossing over Cypress and coming up to Earl. Probably wondering, hey, what's he doing? Just giving us a tour of the east side of St. Paul? No, I'm looking for stolen vehicles that I know that are out there, and also being in the areas where there might be an active call.
141 and 150, you're clear.
Tonight, thank you.
At 150, I copy. You're 23 at 1450.
One three three Tango, you can cancel 138.
130, Tango, you're clear.
You can leave us on and we're in the area check and we're gonna drive by 878 Pascal.
Dispatch copy, 1451. One Tango there. She's gonna be right in front of 1145 building.
Shout out to whoever that was that just waved at me in that Jeep.
252.
We're still eastbound here. And yes, that car did pass me, but we're going under the speed limit, so probably not going as fast as it looks on camera.
Okay.
We're gonna head down. There's a call that's been pending quite a while at the Jiffy Lube on White Bear at Old Hudson, and we're gonna drive down there and see whether or not that's resolved itself. It sounds like a customer was upset and was threatening a staff member.
335.
Is there an MREC working today?
Checking there for Emmerich. Channel 1 for Emmerich. Emmerich, are you in channel 1? Negative response at 1453. 1453. 361 Tango, can you have the concept out to me up so that we can't find her? Copy, I'll try again. 335, we tried all the channels for Emmerich, no response. 333. 333.
I just got a phone call from the suspect's girlfriend saying that he just came back to the address on Beach and wants to talk to police. If a couple squads can come back to the address. 336 second round.
336, copy, back en route.
335, route.
Copy. Copy.
We'll be in the 422 building.
Copy. 255, digital. Chief 84.
4450, I'll take that APD.
Charles 161, 4055.
So we're just headed down to the Jiffy Lube here to see whether not this is resolved.
They're requesting additional spots for DLC.
You're safe, you're up. We'll go.
Bravo 739, are you code 4?
Give us just a second.
We're going to see here where that off-duty officer's working here. Make sure he's...
Bravo 739, we're close. You can cancel anybody else.
Alright, he just said he's code 4.
Somebody else was not on scene, so higher ground should be clear.
So we'll just keep going down here.
Got it.
So we're arriving
Jackson and Cayuga. We have Susie interfering with traffic.
at the call here.
I'll be fine, thank you.
Says the customer's in a brown Chevy Silverado.
Channel 4.
I'm not seeing a brown Chevy unless it's outside the back, which is possible. So...
Sir, we have one in custody. Code 4. Jones, you can clear.
Copy, one in custody, code 4, 35 clear for Susie. 35, I can assist. 2007 at Jiffy Loop 384, right there. There's an issue with the customer that was threatening a staff member there.
925, I go.
925, thank you, 1450.
Your incident has been updated.
$44.22 clear report. 44.22 copy. 4050.
I can take the 911 hang up and advise.
Copy, 1800 block of Prosperity Road North and 4059.
Bravo 739.
Bravo 739.
You can mark it advised with Omaha Beat 255 and Bravo 614. We're back on COT.
4259. The Jiffy Loop.
4190. Go ahead and send me that 911 up in the area.
Your incident has been updated.
2007's code 4. Oops. Sorry. I'm on the wrong channel. 2007, I'm code 4.
2007, I copy code 4, 1500.
New message.
336, en route to the LAC adult male.
Please see 1500.
So,
County Line Road for an 8-year-old male.
They-
Not conscious, breathing and unconscious in the activity room.
I don't know if you need to talk to me. I was the one that called.
no, I'm good. I talked to them, so.
Yeah, the
right.
Mexican dude in there said he was going to see me outside and beat my
Oh,
ass. So
okay. Well,
that's why I made a complaint. I was like, no, you're not.
all right.
But
44.
Well,
All
good.
right,
It sounds like he's calmed down now, so.
all right. Hey, you
Cool.
stay safe, all right?
Thanks, you too. So, that was the employee. There was a customer there. They had a dispute over an oil change, and the manager of the store was able to calm down the customer and sent the employee away for a little while to go get something to eat, and seems to have resolved the situation. So, now I have to clear the call. Every time we get assigned to a call,
4190, Emily.
we have to clear it so that it makes a record of what occurred. Sometimes
President Pimpin Austin, who I believe just walked in. Try and get eyes on him again, but you got a felony degree assault warrant, $30,000 bond. I'll text his long number if you want to create me a call, please.
sometimes we can add comments to a call that explain what occurred or why we did something or what we did, and then we clear it out, and so that the dispatcher knows that we're safe and back in service. So now we're back northbound on White Bear Avenue, crossing Minnehaha by the Cherry Pit and the Little Oven.
Replacing 5960 at the Apple Store till 1900. Post is 16608. EVOC. Can we get a better location?
So the radio's busy right now, but it's a lot of just normal police calls. Nothing too serious right now.
You know who 2007 is, and did they take care of this?
confirm they went code 4. You guys probably clear?
Okay, I'll be here for a minute.
Copy.
We'll be clear at 5138 Tango.
361 Tango.
So a third, I'm sorry, a St. Paul squad from the East District just showed up to back me up. Didn't realize I had cleared the call there, so I appreciate
got an
that.
update on this one. At first she said that a male had taken her keys and then left. Our caller is now saying that she's going to please to go where the suspect might have gone. We did try to tell her not to confront the suspect. No copy.
Section. Pushing hard.
So one of the things we can do when the radio's so busy is we can use our computer-aided dispatch system on our computer to clear calls, arrive on calls, take a call, those kind of things, so that we're not tying up the air on, what are basically more minor routine things. And oftentimes when you do that, if another squad's coming to assist, they may not see it or hear it and check the updates. So that's probably what occurred.
Tell me who 2007 is, please.
The county squad from Live on Patrol.
Copy. I'll be sending with 361 Tango.
Joseph.
2007, I'll send you a message. So the squad that responded out there's hey boss, what's that? I'm on my the squad who was wondering who I was.
We're getting voicemail and call back.
40.90, copy. I'm not able to locate any disturbance around this area. Squad clear for.
Copy. Good job.
So after I responded to that call and cleared it, St. Paul squad asked who it was that responded there. I don't know if they're just wondering or if they needed something. So I just sent them a message on the computer to see if they needed anything.
Bravo 591. We can clear this out.
We're up in the parking lot of the Cub Foods here on Clarence.
Copy, you're on it.
Mike Martin. Hey. Hold on just a sec. I'm going to mute you.
And when the head-on collision
Sorry
went
about
into
that.
full-
We had a St. Paul squad wasn't sure who I was and hadn't heard my number before, and usually, of course, we're out at night, so he didn't understand when apparently the dispatcher didn't explain it to him well, so I sent him a message with my phone number and he called, so I had to mute for a second here. I'm gonna head over to Arcade and Larpenter. Although we're a little ways off, it sounds like there's a pretty serious collision up there, and so we'll head that way. Other squads are going there faster, so don't worry that we're not going with the lights and siren, but other squads are closer, so we'll let them do that, and we'll go up and see if there's something we can do to assist.
We'll be done here shortly.
So we're westbound on Maryland now. We're going to go to
taking off on channel 1.
Arcade and then go northbound up to Larpenter.
Negative 150-13.
Looks like there's 3 cars assigned from the East District. So one of the things we have to do when calls come out, or someone, for example, is in pursuit or in a foot chase, we have to determine, is it safer just to drive there at a normal speed
for APD,
or to turn the lights and siren on? Sometimes when you turn the lights and siren on, it actually can make it worse because people panic. And on a call like this, when you know other squads are going to get there first, they'll air if there's a need for more emergent response. But sometimes it's just better to get there safely. So far, we've dodged the bullet of the snow and ice, but it sounds like we're going to get a significant snowfall starting tonight. We got a little bit overnight, came out to a dusting, probably maybe half an inch this morning, but I'm gonna have to make sure I have plenty of gas for the snow blower. So we're northbound on Arcade now, right by Johnson High School.
Can you give me a call?
If you were with us on Friday night, you probably saw us responding to a fight after a basketball game outside Johnson High School. Fortunately, there were some St. Paul officers working off duty there that were able to break up the fight, but they needed a little help getting people to leave the area and getting a bus of competitors out of the parking lot to de-escalate the situation. Going by the Phelan Golf Course on our right-hand side. Not much golfing going on over there today. It's a beautiful, beautiful park in the spring, summer, and fall when it's not covered in snow.
New message.
So as you can see on the left here, is the accident scene. One car looks like it got hit pretty hard. But St. Paul's already out there. It doesn't look like there's any medical issues. See, there's one car up off the road and a little bit of debris in the road.
344.
And the other car's right there. Looks like it got broadsided.
For male conscious breathing, complaining of leg pain.
Copy 1519. He wants officers to help clear the basement due to a tenant reporting a strange smell. I don't know if fire medics are needed. Please advise.
1318, copy.
147 copy. Please advise fire. Have him on standby.
Copy, having it on standby.
132.
Look for something you clear.
clear. Thank you.
1520.
So I see this dental office on the corner says Natural Dental. I don't know. Does that mean they don't use
144.
drugs or painkillers? Or it's kind of interesting. I don't know. I'm already scared of the dentist enough without not having any painkillers. So
40%.
we're back southbound on Arcade at Hyacinth.
107.
107.
Call on Como. I missed the first portion of it. Is it a rental property where somebody had moved out and somebody's checking the address now, or what's the info on the call, other than the smell?
107, not sure the comp is the manager or not, but he's saying that one of his tenants is reporting a strange smell coming from the basement, and he wants an officer's assistance to clear the basement.
Copy.
So that car in front of us, that Volkswagen, passed me on the right in the intersection, which is illegal. And it's also got a license plate cover that's illegal, but minor stuff. I just ran the license plate. It comes back clear. Registered owner's valid.
New message.
So this is one of those times when I'm going to use my discretion to not stop a vehicle.
Can you call Central Squad need our comp at 755 University?
Will do.
So we're continuing southbound on Arcade here at Phelan, or by Phelan.
361 Tango, sorry. Western Squad, please.
Alright. Now that he ran a red light, we're gonna use our discretion to stop him. So now we're gonna stop him and talk to him, see what's up. I already ran the plate, so
New message.
Respond to 141 and 147.
One four one. 147.
This is east to check.
361 Tango, our comp should be coming down with the license plate Juliet Echo Kilo 031. It's a white sedan.
Copy. Do you want me to cancel west?
I just need an officer to meet with her to help her with retrieving her items from her baby daddy.
Named by Tyrell Davis.
141 copies.
This is for Tango, copy.
2266.
$2266.
4200 West Round Lake Road at Colder Product for an accident in the lot.
Start 2.
66 copy.
Looks like Maplewood is there with the victim and it's requesting. Okay, so we'll have to respond there as well.
2261. Can you call Consul 14, please? Copy. Back finish angle, we'll go to 175 Charles with Maplewood.
Thank you.
We have 231 go to 4. 4.
All right, I just gave him some advice on driving more carefully. He has looks like his son in the car maybe, and but he was very cooperative and no warrants. Sergeant Servatka, Mike Servatka, stopped to assist me there. So we'll go back into service. What's up, Pat Scott?
I assisted incognito.
You did. You had my back. I know. I saw that Durango, and I knew I had backup. I just wasn't sure if it was you or Bob.
Never know.
You never know. So I know he's around. So, ladies and gentlemen, Deputy Pat Scott is here, making an appearance on the east side. All right, I got to get out of the way. Thanks. See ya. That's the thing with our CAT team, Intel folks, our other folks, our apprehension, even our patrol deputies, is they always back each other up. They keep an eye out, and it's kind of nice to know there's always someone watching out for you.
2266 in area.
I just saw a pillow laying on the side of the road. It looked kind of cold, but earlier today I was driving down 35E, and about Cayuga, in the middle of the lanes of traffic, someone had lost what looked like a bag of kids' toys, and there were like little dolls laying out all over in the middle of the traffic. It was kind of a surreal looking pile of garbage in the middle of the highway.
I'm gonna block out. I'll just stop in real quick.
So right here on our right side is the St. Paul's East District. I apologize you can't really see it because I came around the sharp corner. I'm Payne in Minnehaha. Home to some great cops.
12:30, Tango, checking your status.
We're code 4, you can cancel everybody else.
Copy, canceling fire as well. 15:30.
Okay, fine.
We're on Payne at Phelan. This Kendall's Ace Hardware here across the street. One day we were chasing a stolen car and the kids bailed out in the back and ran through the middle of the hardware store. It was like something you would see on TV. I once got into a foot chase when I was over in Minneapolis, working in the 3rd precinct, and guy had robbed a lady. He was on a bicycle, and it was only a few blocks away from the precinct, and I went to go assist. I was in the precinct at the time, and ended up seeing the guy on the bicycle, and he ditched the bike, and now I'm chasing him on foot, and he ran in the back door of a business.
I'm not having any luck finding the comp.
I don't know what kind of business it was, but it was a manufacturing type business, and it was just like you see in the movies where they chase someone through a business, and all the workers are in there working and have no idea what's going on, and the cops chasing the bad guy through the business, and he runs out of the front door of the business with me about 10 feet behind him. And as I come out the front door, a guy on a bicycle coming down the sidewalk T-boned me and knocked me down, and I broke my arm and ruined my foot chase. But fortunately, another squad cut the guy off as he crossed the street. But to this day,
in the area of Maryland and Payne, there's a female with a language barrier asking for help. Unknown issue.
Oh, calls coming out at Maryland and Payne for a lady asking for help, and we are at Maryland and Payne, and let's see if we can find this lady. .2007, I'm at Maryland and Payne. I'm not seeing anything yet.
Incident assigned.
2007, copy at Maryland and Payne, not seeing anything yet.
Your incident has been updated.
815 Aspen Circle, copy.
2007.
Your incident has been updated.
2007.
I could see somebody in the middle of the street just west of Payne on Maryland. I'm gonna go check.
Probably somebody in the middle of the street just west of Payne on Maryland. It looks like it might be an accident.
Affirmative, it's an accident.
Copy an APD.
Your incident has been updated.
It does not appear anyone's injured, but I will check.
Copy, thank you.
Can you add King Adam William 603 to my call? Copy that.
Morning, 266.
66.
Could you please add Minnesota license plate Mike Bravo Charlie 314 and Whiskey Ocean Lima Delta Echo 12.
1535.
2007.
2007.
We do have one female complaining of chest pain.
Copy. 5035.
Your incident has been updated. Your incident has been updated. Your incident has been updated. Your incident has been updated.
Squad 375, first plate, Delta Juliet Hotel 756.
Your incident has been updated.
Second license plate, Foxtrot Whiskey Zulu
Your
294,
incident has
please.
been updated.
To the plate 1537.
Your incident has been updated. Your incident has been updated. Your incident has been updated.
You can cancel medic. She's refusing medical.
Squad 375.
375.
The driver of vehicle number 2, the Toyota RAV4, will be seen by medics. They're arriving on scene, and she speaks Hmong. So DC will speak with her.
Copy. 1539.
361 Tango, copy.
Well, sorry about leaving you hanging there for a minute. We have this gray Impala. The gentleman in the high-vis outfit there rear-ended the lady who's in the Toyota. And she's Hmong. Doesn't speak any English. And we have a squad coming, an officer who speaks Hmong, to talk to her. And the medics are just going to check them out because she doesn't speak English very well. It looked like she was saying that her chest hurts, probably from the seatbelt. And so we're going to have the medics just check her and make sure she's okay before we leave here. Some St. Paul officers are here that can will help with the accident.
52, let's take a let's go.
Generally short of someone being seriously injured or major property damage. Folks involved in property damage accidents are generally will exchange insurance information and submit a claim to their own insurance company, who will then work with the other insurance company to make sure everybody's okay and take care of the damage. In the city of St. Paul, the firefighters are also medics, and so there are firefighters who drive ambulances that are paramedics, and there are also EMTs. And it looks like now they have a couple among officers that are here to speak to the lady. She looked very scared and in shock. And it's got to be worse when you don't speak the language, so you can't really communicate. But hopefully no one's seriously injured, fortunately, and hopefully it's minor injuries that will heal up and cars can be fixed.
4440, what's supposed to be clear report?
Squad 150 and Squad 1415.
I'm just going to stick around here for a minute to make sure they don't have any, need anything else.
Squad 154.
717 Park Avenue North at the American Fight for harassment. A female called and threatened to shoot up the store. Cop has now locked up the store. Cop doesn't know who it is. It is a female who they had trespassed earlier.
So that's a woman who's threatening to shoot up a store. Apparently they trespassed her from the store earlier.
157. Who's the squad to assist or 107 or 108 to copy? It's going to be for Laurel and Grotto for a shot fired. Comp was shot by a pellet or a BB gun 2 minutes ago by a maroon Lexus sedan. There's landing northbound on Grotto.
147, copy.
Squad back up 157.
158.
So it looks like the officers are helping facilitate. Do you guys need anything else? Okay, thanks.
But the driver is going to be a white male, had a red hat with 3 male passengers.
All right. So we're going to move on. Oh, looks like might be a relative showing up here to assist the lady that's injured.
Copy 123, takeaway 1545.
That's good. Some of the best firefighters in the country here in St. Paul.
138, takeaway. We got about that here for alright.
138, takeaway, what are you cool for?
Cool for what?
Northwest 107 or 108.
So we're clear now. I just cleared myself on the computer, and we're gonna head over to the Central District and maybe west because it sounds like it's picking up a little bit over there. Squads are just arriving on the harassment report, and there's a shots fired report also. Shots fired though sounds like it's a pellet gun, but
150 can get the other car. Let's run back home. The other person's here.
What's that for your clear?
sorry about that. Was just trying to see all the comments on the calls here.
You're clear.
157, I'll be clear.
Continue 47.
So we're headed over now. We're in the Central District of St. Paul once we crossed over 35E, Interstate 35E. On the right is the Foundry that Bob and Pat have made famous in their Friday night program. They often will stop in there and talk to the security and the patrons. We're headed on westbound on Maryland, approaching Rice Street, kind of by the Tin Cups. If you've ever been to Tin Cups or watched Bob, Ginger from Tin Cup always does a lot of charitable stuff for the north end of St. Paul and for people in need. And they look like they're busy today. Must be President's Day sale at Tin Cups.
529.
Well, and the liquor store next door, maybe.
Close 158 and 157.
Both of those two in that last accident are a testament to wearing your seatbelt. If either one of them had not been wearing their seatbelt, they would have been severely injured, I'm convinced. But because they were wearing them, they had a little soreness chest, but overall they'll be fine.
Yeah, I can feel that. Thank you very much.
Had the opportunity at the last Thursday to testify again before the Judicial Committee at the state legislature regarding Representative Kelly Muller's GPS tracker bill that would allow us to place GPS trackers on reported stolen vehicles that would allow us to use technology like GPS or the puck is going, and hopefully they park. Needed to be changed to allow us to do that. It was pretty much outdated, based on modern technology, and that prevented police from placing any type of GPS device on a vehicle. This way we can do that, and if the vehicle's been reported stolen. So, and while I was there, I was able to run into some old friends from the Minneapolis side of the river. Lisa Clemens, who runs A Mother's Love, and her brother Al Flowers, and some others that were there to lobby on behalf of public safety and economic investment in underserved communities. And it was just fun to talk to them, and they truly represent people in some of the most impoverished and problematic areas in the city of Minneapolis, and they are thoroughly convinced that one of the major issues is public safety and ensuring that those areas get the same type of safety and police response and attention that people get that live in more affluent areas. It's a fight they've been fighting, and their mom was an advocate for that in Minneapolis, and now they've both taken on the mantle.
2267, I copy, thank you.
We're southbound on Dale at front, at the Como Front Dale corner. Every time I drive through this Como Front Dale intersection, I have throwbacks to college calculus, and where it seemed like nothing ever added up. And that intersection is confusing, and it never seems to add up to me, because you have multiple streets all coming into one intersection. So we're crossing over the rail yards, coming down on Minnehaha Avenue, one of the main east-west thoroughfares.
Alarm. It's residential 1044 East Lawson. Bring the back door. Copy 325.
This is the time of year in Minnesota where people that have the ability take vacations and go down south somewhere to try to get out of the snow and maybe take a break for a little while and then ride out the rest of the winter when they get back. But I can tell you this, when I see it on Facebook, when I saw pictures this morning of my good friend Brian Glodick, who many people know as GB Layton, when I saw his photos from Mexico, I almost had to unfriend him on Facebook because it looked so beautiful. So I'm glad he has the opportunity to go down there and get a little time away in the warmth. We're at University Avenue and Dale. Across the street from us on the right-hand side is the Rondo Library. The Rondo neighborhood is a historic neighborhood in the city of St. Paul that was traditionally predominantly African American, and unfortunately when the highway came through, Interstate 94, they broke up the neighborhood, and there's been a real push to try to reconnect folks from the Rondo community, and actually there's an effort to build a land bridge that would go over the highway here. We're headed westbound on University Avenue along the light rail tracks. The light rail green line runs from downtown St. Paul by the St. Paul Saints baseball stadium all the way over to west to the Target Field in Minneapolis where the Twins play. Excuse me. And at US Bank Stadium where the Vikings play, you can get off and switch trains and go south to the Mall of America or to the airport. And they are now working on a extension to the west out to the western suburbs.
The homeowner is calling now, said his wife accidentally set the alarm off. He said he's going to call agency. That's canceled.
Can you change my call to a PPG?
Copy. Increases on Tango Field. So sign on hang up in the area 1171 Lawson.
So we're continuing to go westbound on University, approaching Hamlin. This is the midway area of St. Paul. Basically midway between downtown St. Paul and the border of Minneapolis.
4450.
At a party at the station requesting assistance for custody exchange.
445 copy control.
$69.21. 21. You're open to parties.
We're looking at the pending calls. There's not much going on. I mean, there are a lot of calls, but nothing too significant. Stuff like someone parked blocking a driveway, and someone who's parked in a parking lot they shouldn't be in, and an alarm that was sounding, but I just heard that the homeowner accidentally set that off. So we'll keep watching those while we cruise around over here. Driving by Elsa's House Asleep. If you haven't seen Fancy Ray is in the commercials for that. I hadn't seen Fancy Ray for a while. He was kind of a, well, what you'd call him, a icon in the Twin Cities area for a while. But I saw he's doing commercials for the furniture store now.
Accident to Fairview Schreier. City and Bristol Fire.
We're now at Snelling. We're going to go southbound on Snelling from University. Give you a quick look at
8290 and Clear Squad.
Allianz Field, where the Minnesota United, or they're also known as the Loons, play.
505 for the we're going to
It's a beautiful stadium. It's Minnesota's Major League Soccer team. I'll be honest, I'm not very well versed in soccer, but I can tell you that it's a beautiful stadium and it's a fun place to watch a soccer game. I played soccer 1 year as a kid, and I played goalie, and although I had fun, I got whacked in the face a few times by the ball, which I think is a sign that my hands weren't fast enough to stop the ball, and I decided to just keep playing baseball year round. So, but I have a great admiration for the physical fitness of the soccer players. We're now on Pascal at St. Anthony.
Roger, Regions was 179?
Regions at 600.
Turn to go eastbound on Concordia from Pascal, right by Concordia St. Paul University. On the right hand side, you might get a quick peek at the dome on at Seafoam Field here. Great school. It's a small urban school.
So 165 Western Avenue has the salon business for a silent panic alarm that covers the general hold-up alarm.
325. I'll take that 911 on Minnehaha.
157, you can put me from the call. I'll start that way.
Now back up 157.
158.
158 showing you back out 157 165 Western Avenue for a silent panic alarm that's going to cover the general hold-up alarm or 1604.
We're going to go down here to this panic alarm, although there are squads that are closer, just in case they need something. It's a silent panic alarm at a salon, it sounds like. And we're not too far away, so we're going to head that way.
108 or 107. 108, I'm going to need a tour to the start. I have accidents and injuries. This one laying on the ground, like creating a summit.
Copy, I'll send you one of them. Is there a baseball that's available?
100, head that way.
We got an accident that's a little further away from us in the opposite direction, so we're going to keep going to this alarm, but the accident sounds like possibly a serious accident.
Go to the accident with injury.
Copy 149 Tango. The squad 138 Tango just want to confirm. Well, 133 Tango confirming that you were code 4. Copy 142 is requesting for additional squads for traffic. The address has been changed to Cretan in Mississippi.
That is correct, the location.
Copy. Gonna get additional squads to start.
So the first squad arriving down on that incident call is asking for additional squads to help patrol.
142, can we have medics step it up? I have a patch right now.
That's my phone.
Okay.
Okay.
Looks like 911 will be nothing flying to the accident.
Receiver. They're directing into the Green in Mississippi. I want to say something is clear. Can you have a urgent head down this way? Yes, 147. Can you give me a route to go to that business? Can you get a squad 108 or 17 to go to that accident position?
Oh, yeah, we do.
1608. Comfort to confirm code 4 from Medic Safer. Well, 142. 142 is the code 4 from Medic.
It is code 4, and I'm blocking southbound. And I need someone to go on the other side, mark northbound, to the Mississippi River. And if you can enter the first plate for me, Foxtrot Lima with 2395.
One for this blocking southbound. Need a squad to block northbound.
The owner of the salon called in and said everything's okay, so we're gonna reroute over to where that accident is.
142, the second squad is 767, uniform Juliet.
Receive.
We'll see. It will likely.
Sorry, 029 253.
That's the state ball case work.
Affirmative.
You 10-9, sorry.
Squad 133 Tango, just confirming your code 4.
Code 4.
50. 1609.
If anybody's checked yet, can you check channels 2 and 3 for an IBIS? If there is one, we need one at reason, please.
Second channel 3 for an IBIS.
So we're gonna head over to that accident on Cretan in Mississippi and see.
361 Tango, I'll break from the 911. I'll assist for Amy.
as well.
Transmit that they're okay over there.
Clear. 129 Tango northbound, taking the cell block, that's nothing.
Copy. 149 Eagles blocking northbound street. No southern activity.
142, one squad, get down there. Can I have someone take pictures? I have a camera in the back of my squad.
We're not Tango, we're walking up here right now. We'll grab pictures for you. 160 Tango, we're not Tango, we'll take care of all that. Copy that. 149 Tango, you go to 4 or something. Over.
So we're still westbound on 94, going to Cretin, and then we'll head down to where that call is and see if they need further assistance, sounds.
142, we're gonna need a CRO here, please.
Sounds like they pretty much have it under control. They just asked for a CRO, which is a crash. Reconstruction. We'll be able to do it. Generally, if there's a serious injury of some sort, they will have an officer come.
Take care of those.
Copy. Thank you. 150. 150 is the zero officer will be responding to requests to hold up photos. 150 will take care of it.
We're southbound now on Cretin.
I'll be from the outside the pharmacy and things.
You could probably advise transit of the accident and have them defer for bus traffic.
Proceed. Transit for 160.
So the intersection there was blocked off by a.
6 Tango, we're pulling the driver out. We got the ignition key.
150 squads on scene. Is it better to come up from Summit or coming up from Marshall?
Marshall side. Rob, we're right in the middle, so either way.
So the intersection back there was blocked by a University of St. Thomas public safety officer. And we're going to go up and see if they need anything. So I'll be out for a minute.
What are we doing?
2362. This minute, 1749 Lowest Drive, they're around for a 94-year-old female conscious breathing, difficulty breathing.
60 copy.
6070.
Four for medic. Don't know conscious breathing. Unknown issue.
Let me go for a minute, 1618. P66 Tango. P66 Tango.
6 Tango.
You will clear Haven assist medics to the PIC. Squad to assist 503 Forest. It's a 15-year-old male, autistic, having a mental health crisis. He kicked the collar, his head butting the floor. Medics will be en route.
108.
108.
Hey, at least 2 more squads with this AW officers.
165, 177.
Second first.
165, copy. One seven seven, you're in channel 4. 177, I'm going to keep it clear. 160, 165, we'll go to assist.
So, I went up there to see what help they needed, if any. They have it blocked off pretty well. Unfortunately, it appears to be a fatal accident. And just based on the damage to the cars, it looks like that there was a significant amount of speed involved. So, it's always sad to see people lose their life in a situation where it could be avoided by driving safely and following the speed limit and the laws and being careful, but unfortunately that doesn't always happen. And I have no detail the accident occurred, except that obviously there was a pretty violent crash, and it appears someone lost their life in the accident. So I'm not gonna get any closer to the scene than that. I don't want people finding out that their loved one is injured or possibly dead from watching, but that's why we do what we do. That's why we stop cars. That's why we try to get reckless, careless drivers off the street, is to prevent stuff like this from occurring. And I can tell you that no matter how hard all the officers there at the scene work, stuff like this
that was in that red car. She may not be far, but just to let Regents know in case she shows up there.
Sounds like maybe there was a...
Proceed, I've been notifying the Bravo squad over at Regions. Another individual was involved and was no longer on scene. 1623.
Possible passenger who left the scene that may be injured. So they're notifying the hospital of that. We'll go drive over by the hospital and see if someone turns up there. But again, totally preventable accident if people were obeying the law and driving at a speed that was safe given the existing conditions.
Code 142.
142.
We do have any free squads if they want to go south from this location in case those individuals need some medical attention. They're thinking they may be involved, but we're not 100% sure. Going around to Regions.
Copy 153, Tango around to Regions. Any other squads, if there's a free squad to go south the location of Green in Mississippi to see if there's any individuals that need medical attention. They may be involved, but unknown at this time.
178, I can start.
Copy 178.
So I'm on Marshall. It's Snelling, signaling to go.
142, more information on those two that walked from this area. They were two Asian females, maybe in their 30s and 40s.
So there's a couple of Asian females, it sounds like, who left the scene of the accident, who may be injured. So squads are asking for other squads to check on them. I'm still going to continue over, I think, by the hospital, just in case they may get a ride there.
We can take a pending.
108. One for two.
For you?
Making sure that you guys are good over there and no additional spots are needed.
We'll wait to need at least one more 10-4 car here to eventually go down to the reason for the other victim of this AWI. Thank you.
Car 182, I'll be sending you over to Green in Mississippi.
Okay.
And 108, just confirm if you need another squad to block any traffic.
10-4 squad here on scene.
Proceed. 182, back another Green in Mississippi at 1626.
So we're gonna get on the highway here and head over to Regent's Hospital to see if anybody's showing up.
700 block of Hampton Avenue for 900 Tango with Mitchell Computers.
$150.
550, go ahead.
The squad is going to Regent. You may have them go to 4, please.
7-7, did you copy? They're good on that scene? I thought it was on there.
Negative 177, you are clear. You're going to be back in the 172.
Got it.
1620. What is this 378 on it? Suspicious call 551 Jack for caller number 3. This possibly gives you reporting your people making a lot of noise.
So unfortunately, when
3-2.
someone passes away as a result of a traffic accident, there has to be an investigation, and oftentimes additional people may be injured that did not stay at the scene, or for one reason or another, and so they're currently looking for some folks that may have left the scene there of the accident, but who may also be in need of medical attention. And having looked at the vehicles, if they did leave the scene, they most likely are going to be of medical attention. weave our way around here so that we could get over to Regions Hospital.
Hey,
This early female near the Chipotle around 3095 Whitebear Avenue. Cop advised that this female tried to gain access to his vehicle while he's still occupying it. I think she's under the influence of narcotics. Treatment on my female.
And you can see how quickly
208, we're coming in the air. What do you want us exactly?
things can go from being relatively quiet to every squad in a district being tied up on a major accident scene and not only blocking off the scene and reconstructing it, but also looking for additional injured parties and blocking off streets, all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna see if we can assist by checking at the hospital here to see if anyone's showing up that may have been involved in the accident. Drive by the outside of the emergency room here and see if anybody's out there just arriving. Otherwise, I'll run in and talk to our deputies really quick.
One more for two. 142. Case number, please.
Case number 029273.
For two, copy. Thank you.
Take care, 663.
$23.62.
62.
1596 Chatham Avenue, assist medics. 68 male, conscious breathing, fall.
60 copy.
16 to different.
So we're just arriving at the back of Regions Hospital here to see. It looks like there's already some St. Paul officers here. We also always have deputies that staff in here.
Tango, book for medics.
For medics on 46035.
380, it's going to be apartment 1.
Copy, apartment 1.
So it looks like there are plenty of St. Paul officers here. They were already here when we got here, so that's good. So we don't need to go inside. And I saw one of our deputies also in there with them, so that means if someone shows up that's injured and was possibly involved in the crash, they'll be able to know. I'm just looking at the pending calls here now.
Right now.
And I'm not seeing...
37.
149 Tango.
149 Tango.
Give me my arrival time on this call, please.
Three for
49 Tango, arrival was at 1610.
Receive, thank you.
You're welcome, 1637.
Indeed, North Pascal. Do you want to divert to that?
Affirm, I'll divert.
All right, well, sorry we had to end on a tragic accident like that, but
1858 North Pascal. Someone on scene said
I'm going to let you go, and I probably will see you on either Wednesday or Friday, or both. And appreciate you watching us. Hopefully you learned some stuff. And
Father wants her sister removed. She was fighting
let us know. Please share this video with your friends, and subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks for being with me, and I appreciate everybody's views. Thanks.